Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. The speaking has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. What is your full name?
My full name is Kambarov Mustafa, but please just call me by my first name, Mustafa.
This is Mustafa delivering a masterful Band 9 performance for the IELTS speaking interview, talking about his hometown, study strategies, and effective ways of learning. Let's continue.
Okay, Mustafa, for part 1, I will ask you some questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Do you work or study?
Currently, I work as an English teacher and IELTS instructor, teaching both online and face-to-face. Apart from that, I am studying psychology with plans to major in this field in the future.
What do you like to do at the weekends?
On Saturdays, I like to enjoy some me time, like watching a film on Netflix, going on hikes, or or meditating in a quiet place, in my personal space, in my bedroom. And then on Sundays, I like to spend some quality time with my family members, like discussing books and history at family meals.
Let's talk about your hometown. Where is your hometown located?
Well, actually, I was born and raised in Tashkent, which is the capital city of Uzbekistan. Tashkent is located in the northeastern part of the country, near the border with Kazakhstan.
In order to practice this and prepare for the speaking section as well as other sections of the IELTS exam to reach exceptional scores, I'd recommend using italki, a professional, easy-to-use application where you can find teachers that fit your learning style, level, and budget. It is flexible, pay per lesson with no subscriptions, and book lessons around your busy schedule to learn anywhere and anytime. Get personalized one-on-one lessons for effective learning for your goals and instant feedback from your teachers. italki is the best to learn English in conversation with a native speaker. You can choose teachers from the UK, US, and Canada. Improve your listening and speaking skills through live interactions so you are not nervous during your IELTS exam. I have tried italki and found it to be hyper efficient to book lessons and get advice that really helps.
What do you like about your work?
In my job, I enjoy helping people. I have been teaching languages for over 10 years, and throughout the decade, I have helped hundreds of students improve their communication and achieve their life goals in school and work. And this is very motivational.
Okay, that was great. You had some really good vocabulary. For example, using the word decade instead of 10 years. The word motivational, that was also a really good example of advanced vocabulary. And
Like with me, IELTS teachers, like Jade, give options to improve areas such as IELTS speaking so that you can meet the requirements needed to work, study, and live abroad. Connect with over 30,000 teachers worldwide. Beginners can choose teachers who speak their languages for better understanding and an effective start. Working together for your success, italki has provided you with a great promo code. Buy $10 of credit and get $5 free for your first lesson when you use my promo code AEH5. Click through the link below to start your language learning journey. But hurry up, the discounts are only available to the first 50 users.
Could you tell me about your hometown?
Absolutely, yes. Tashkent is a traditional and modern at the same time. So we have this ancient roots, historical places, museums, but some parts of the city have a bustling lifestyle, skyscrapers, modern buildings. Quite a while ago, for example, with a couple of friends of mine, I visited to traditional markets, historical places. And then we headed to the city center. Bam! We have these skyscrapers, fancy cafes, and everyone on the move.
What do you like most about living there?
What I really enjoy living in Tashkent, well, number one, Uzbeki people are extremely friendly, especially to those coming from different cultural backgrounds. Number two, I really enjoy eating Uzbeki cuisine. We have this pilaf, Uzbeki kebab, samosa, and in fact, I have a long-term plan to open my own Uzbek traditional restaurant in the heart of the city.
Where should a tourist visit in your hometown?
Well, there are many spots for those coming from other countries. Firstly, visiting historical museums could be a great opportunity to explore the country's history and culture. Secondly, Charsu Bazaar is a perfect spot for them to trying our food and Uzbeki traditional clothes like chopan. For example, whenever I go to Charsu Bazaar, I often see tourists enjoying Uzbeki pilaf, samosa, and trying our Uzbeki traditional clothes.
How has your hometown changed over the years?
Oh, it has changed dramatically. Well, during our parents' time, the Tashkent was still finding its post-Soviet footing. We had this Uzbek culture with heavy Soviet influences. Life was simpler and the cityscape was not as high and crowded as it is today. But fast forward to now, the Tashkent has transformed big time. We have got these modern buildings and shopping malls coexisting with rich history and traditional markets.
If you could change one aspect of your hometown, what would that be?
Well, hypothetically speaking, given the chance to change one aspect of a Tashkent, I would probably place a lot of emphasis on the education system. While bringing more professional educators and professors from developed countries, the UK, the United States. In this way, we can not only boost the Uzbekistan's economy, but also we can help many students do exceptionally well in their exams.
That is the end of part one. We will now continue with part two.
Some of you may be thinking, Mustafa seems a bit unnatural. He's really exaggerating his words and using a lot of excessive body language. He's being melodramatic. In fact, this helps to boost scores, especially in the computer-based exam where the examiner does not have you in the same room and is not able to get visual cues and potentially does not hear you as clearly listening through the speakers. Natural English is quite melodramatic, especially in academic and professional settings when we're presenting to a listener. Mustafa clearly gets this concept. You will see that a lot of teachers, like myself, use body language and lots of emphasis to convey information. It's because this is effective, and it will help you to boost your scores.
I will show you some questions. You will see them on your screen momentarily. You will have 1 minute to review those questions. Think about your answers. You have your note paper and your pencil in front of you. And then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Is that clear?
Yes, that is clear.
Okay. Talk about a study strategy that you have used to improve your learning. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking, Mustafa.
The most effective study method I have thought of to enhance my learning skills was using sticky notes. I remember vividly while I was doing some research on the internet, I came this online article. The article was mostly about how to study more and how to improve learning skills, language skills. There was this idea that caught my attention a lot, which was using post-it notes to jot down expressions and learn a diverse array of the expressions, and decorating the walls of my bedroom with them. I believe in it, and I started doing it consistently. So whenever I was in my bedroom, in my study area, I would look at the post-it notes and learn a diverse array of expressions to enrich my vocab bank. As you can see over there, I have some of them. I have over here, here, and here. So in this way, I was able to not only do exceptionally well in my speaking mock test, but also I was able to bump up my scores in other components of the IELTS exam. To implement the study methods, I basically needed to purchase post-its of varying colors, assign meaning to each color, like pink would represent a noun or green would represent an idiom. And then naturally I had to be vigilant in keeping up with creating at least 10 to 15 notes each day. Now my bedroom wall is colorful collage of English language. The great benefit of this method is that information is always present and easy to see and review, as opposed to having notes on a computer that needs to be turned on and opened for any learning. Actually, I still use this method, and I'm planning to learn other ways of using it to master my English language skills even more.
All right, your time is up. I will stop you there. Please put your notepaper to the side. The pencil as well. Turn over the notepaper, and we will now continue with part 3.
Mustafa not only shows an exemplary response to part 2, but also gives you a good tip on a study strategy that is quite effective for learning languages and preparing for the IELTS exams. Post-it notes. A lot of people these days rely heavily on technology and forget the advantages of traditional learning methods. Pay attention to the information Mustafa gives. Combine modern technology with traditional learning methods to optimize your preparations for your next IELTS exam. Like Mustafa, when you are asked to talk about an idea for part 2, one of the 5 categories of talking about either places, people, objects, events, or ideas, with an idea, you have to think about the time of the idea, the reason for the idea, the requirements needed to achieve this idea, the results, and potential improvements. By covering these points, you are likely to build great structure and deliver an effective high-band response. Practice this for the question. Talk about an effective study strategy you have used. Once ready, record your answer in MP3 format and send it to this email address, also in the video description, for a free band score estimate. Now, on to part 3.
For this part, I will ask you questions related to the topic of part 2 and connected to your response. Let's talk about effective learning. In your opinion, what makes one study strategy more effective than another?
Well, actually, in my view, the effectiveness of study strategy boils down to personal preferences. One study method that is very effective to someone could be the opposite to another person. For example, using sticky notes has had a huge positive impact on my language acquisition, but some acquaintances of mine did not like the idea of using sticky notes to learning languages, to mastering languages.
Can traditional study methods compete with modern technological learning tools in terms of effectiveness?
I think both have their own advantages and disadvantages. Talking about positive sides, traditional study methods like books, note-taking, or face-to-face interactions can foster a deep understanding of a subject. So in terms of technological learning tools like online platforms, interactive stimulation, and a wealth of digital resources can make learning more comfortable and more convenient. So I would not say one is better than the other. As I said, post-it notes have permanence, but they are not as portable as laptops.
How important is it to tailor study strategies to individual needs?
Well, I guess tailoring study strategies to personal preferences is incredibly important, as one size fits all approach is not always effective, isn't it? When study strategies are personalized, they can make the learning process more effective and more interesting.
Can you give an example of a situation where a personalized approach to learning was particularly beneficial?
Yes, as I had mentioned in part two, using sticky notes helped improve my speaking skills a lot to remarkable extent, and also made my learning journey more interesting and more effective.
Do you believe that cultural background can influence preferred study methods?
I think so. Cultural differences could have an impact on could have a huge impact on preferred study methods. One strategy that is commonly used in Uzbekistan, for example, might not be widely used in other countries. This is because educational approaches often align with values and traditions.
Are there any study strategies that are popular in your country but might not be so popular elsewhere?
Well, yes. For instance, in Uzbekistan, there is a strong emphasis on group sessions and collaborative learning, as it shows how Uzbeki people are connected to each other. However, some westernized systems prioritize one-to-one and self-directed learning. These are the differences. Yeah.
How do educational systems in different countries encourage or discourage certain study strategies?
Educational systems in various nations could play a significant role in shaping study strategies, I would say. As I have mentioned, some countries could prioritize more collaborative learning, while others could place a lot of emphasis on individual and self-directed learning strategies. But what I reckon is that people should be more open-minded and receptive to new ideas and new learning strategies, regardless of culture or country.
Should schools and universities play a more active role in teaching students how to study effectively?
Well, I think they already play a huge role in educating their students how to study in a more effective way. What is really lacking among millions of students is motivation to study. So I think from time to time teachers should motivate their students by talking about successful people, opportunities they are going to have once they study, once they become straight A students, financial freedom that's going to come from education, self-actualization, and many more.
How has technology transformed traditional studying methods in recent years?
I suppose technology has dramatically revolutionized traditional study methods in recent years. Like online platforms, we have interactive stimulations, we have and digital resources. Now students can have access to a wealth of educational resources anywhere and anytime, which is making learning more comfortable and more flexible.
Do you think there are any negative consequences of relying heavily on technology for learning?
100%. Yes, I mean, this transformation could also come with its own drawbacks. The major negative side the major negative side is distractions. The constant connectivity of students with the internet and social media platforms could distract them a great deal, which makes it even harder to study and to stay focused while getting constant messages from friends or family members on Instagram and Facebook.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking section of the exam. You will have your mark in 2 days online after you finish the other sections. And then your official certificate will be in the mail in 10 days. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Having watched Mustafa's entire home-based IELTS speaking interview, it is clear that he is a Band 9 level candidate. In fact, for many of you, taking the IELTS exam from the comfort of your homes is available. You just have to check which countries this is provided. If you see the link in your My Student account for registering for your IELTS exam, it means it is likely available in your country. This has certain advantages, such as being more confident, but it can have disadvantages, like lacking opportunities to practice your English before you sit and meet the examiner. Nevertheless, it is important to copy the skills and strategies of Mustafa. In fact, he is an English and IELTS teacher, and he knows what it takes to get those high scores. He gives explanations and examples, uses rich vocabulary, and pays careful attention to showing grammatical range and accuracy. Practice these skills with professionals like Mustafa and use our online courses frequently before you sit your test. Good luck on your next IELTS exam. To get all of our videos, practice exams, interactive course, and an app for your phone, visit and join our premium IELTS package at aehelp.com. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Use this code by clicking on our link in the video description for an extra 10% discount. We are an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, an IELTS test registration center, and I'm a British Council agent. We have helped thousands of students succeed on their exams. Just listen to this former candidate.
I'm Ali from Iran. Today I got my IELTS test report form with an overall band score of 8. I wanted to thank you and the incredible team of AE Help for the journey we started a few months ago together. I followed your YouTube courses and of course the premium material on the website. I'm quite delighted with the outcome. Thank you.
Begin learning for success. Join now. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And click our IELTS Hero to join our premium package and get access to all of our videos, practice exams, and a fully interactive course.